Your New Moon chapter recaps continue right now. Welcome back to Clever TV's New Moon chapter recap. I'm Dana Ward, and today it's chapter 20, Volterra. The chapter opens with Bella and Alice racing up the hill in the stolen yellow Porsche, trying to get to Edward before he goes into the sunlight and provokes the Volturi. There was only one way in, and the traffic was moving incredibly slow as the sunlight got stronger and stronger. Bella and Alice see that the size of the crowd for the festival has stopped cars from being able to enter the city walls. Volterra is a blur of red flags and sashes flowing in the strong wind. Alice tells Bella she will probably have to run. She must ask for the Palazzo de Priori or the clock tower, if they speak English. Alice explains to Bella exactly where Edward will be. She manages to get them through into the city by paying off the guard with $1,000 bills. The city was very crowded, and Bella noticed that they had very little time, 5 minutes maybe. But Alice drove forward aggressively, but the crowd got too thick and Bella hopped out of the car. Alice told her where to go. So Bella is running quickly, as fast as she can, blinded by the bright sunlight. The close-pressed bodies are like a wall as Bella battles her way toward the other side of the square where Edward is supposed to be. She was very thankful for the clock tower. After seeing the time, she knew she was too late. They would all die. Suddenly, there was a break in the crowd. She saw a wide fountain, and she made a jump into the knee-deep cold water. She sprung herself out of the fountain, screaming, "Edward!" She saw another break in the throngs of people. Bella noticed she was crying, looking everywhere, anywhere for Edward. Bella sprinted, screaming, "Edward, no!" Bella could see him now, but he could not see her. It was real this time, no hallucination. Edward wasn't wearing a shirt. He was the most beautiful thing she'd ever seen. She screamed no one more time. He still didn't see her. Bella slammed into him as hard as she could, knocking the breath out of her. Edward was quietly surprised by her, and all he said was, "Amazing. Carlisle was right." Bella tried to force him back, but he stood still, not really reacting. Although they were in terrible danger, Bella felt whole. Then Edward kissed her hair. Bella realized that Edward thought he was dead, and that he was talking about how Carlisle thought that they'd have an afterlife. Bella tells him that they aren't dead, at least not yet anyways. Suddenly then, Edward pulls Bella into the shadows. Then Bella sees two men in robes, Felix and Dimitri. They escort the two of them away, saying that Aro wants to speak with him and the girl being Bella, of course. Edward tries to get them to let Bella go free, which they won't allow, so Edward says that in that case, he will not accept Aro's invitation. Suddenly, Alice is there, saying that they should all behave since ladies are present. This makes the numbers even, and the guards don't like it. Edward has a protective stance over Bella, and the whole group saw that a family of tourists was watching. Suddenly, someone called out, "No!" The newcomer was small, smaller than Alice, with a pretty face, almost angelic. It was Jane. This causes everyone to change quickly as they follow her after being commanded to do so. As they all head toward the Volturi meeting place, Edward and Alice nonchalantly discuss the whole miscommunication about Bella's death. Edward is able to read Alice's thoughts now, and he understands everything. Following after Jane, everyone jumps into a deep black hole. Edward drops Bella, telling her that Alice will catch her at the bottom. Moments later, Edward is right next to Bella. Bella felt that this was the only reunion they'd ever have, and she feels that he wants her. This was all she wanted before she died. Bella was shaking. She thought she was just scared, but she is just cold. Edward loosens his grip on her, knowing he was cold too, but she wouldn't have it. At the end of the tunnel they'd been traveling in, there was a small door, and they moved through it into a larger stone room. Bella becomes immediately calm in the room, but Edward tenses. So that's the end of the chapter, chapter 20, Volterra. And the quiz question for today is, do you think that the Volturi are threatened and jealous of the love between Bella and Edward? If so, why? Keep coming back for more New Moon recaps. I'm Dana Ward for Clever TV. Thanks for watching.